Hey guys, I just want to talk to you a little bit today about, shall we say, the fear and bad feedback. One of the things I think for a lot of people to start out in internet marketing and actually building a list and giving information to potential customers and customers is that at some point during that, somebody's going to come back to you and say, why are you sending me all this crap? Stop spamming me, or give out to you, or use profanities against you. So one of the examples I have of this was a couple of months back. I was running an ad. The ad gave away free videos for 7 days, and you signed up for this. So this meant that you actually put your email address in to get these videos and to get the information I'm giving out. And I'd say about 2 weeks into this ad, I got a reply back from some person who signed up for this list, somebody who had raised their hand and said, I want information about what it is that you're selling or what it is that you have. And during this process, they were getting this information, and then they come back with an email saying, why are you sending me all of this stuff? And then stop effing sending me these emails. And my initial thought was I took this really personally, and it bothered me and I was like, how do I fix this? And then essentially I realised this is something somebody has signed up for, and now they're giving out about it. And this will happen all the time. But that until you get your first one of these, or until you put a book out, or put a video out, or put something out there that gets bad feedback from somebody, there's nothing to be afraid of until then. But when you get those things, you get all these strange conversations in your head going on of, how do I fix this? How do I please that person? How do I keep them happy? Oh God, I hope nobody else sees this negative feedback. And I think once you start getting some of that sort of feedback from people, you stop being afraid of it, being afraid of what people may come back with. And once you get to that stage, you realise you don't have to please everybody. And that if you're putting something out there that you actually feel from your heart, then that's something you can stand over and you can be proud of. Because once you're standing up for what you believe in, you're not going to please everybody. You're not going to keep everybody happy. And some people are going to get pissed off with it. But you know what? That's fine. Because if you're not putting your heart and soul into it, and there's certain people that aren't getting pissed off with those things, you're probably not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're out there to put up something and put up information and say, this is what I believe in. And this excites me. And one of those things for me is internet marketing. And it's like, well, so everybody, most people will turn around and say, no, it's not possible to earn 10 grand a month online doing this a couple of hours a day. Well, I'm here to say it is possible. And that I want to find other people who believe the same thing as well. And that for most people, that's going to piss them off. Because they're going to say, this isn't possible. This person on this video right now, he's full of crap. He's lying to me. This isn't possible. But I'm here saying, what if this is possible? And what if you're just staying in your comfort zone at the moment and don't want nobody to rattle your cage? Well, I'm here to say, I'm going to go around and rattle people's cages. I'm going to get some bad feedback. I'm going to piss a few people off. Because that means I'm standing up for what I believe in. So for anybody who's out there and who's running ads, and even if you're running an ad and it's unsuccessful and you don't get anybody to sign up, or you don't get anybody to opt in to whatever it is, that's still a successful ad, because you ran something and now you know one more thing that doesn't work. It may not have brought you in lots of money, but essentially all marketing is about, whether it's on the internet or any other medium, is that finding the things that don't work as fast and as cheaply as possible. And then you move on to something else. So what I'm saying to you out there is, go out there, get people to sign up, put your heart and soul into it, and get your first person who opts out. Get your first person who complains, who curses at you, who gives you grief. Because once you do that, you're doing your job. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's the whole point of this. So what we're doing at the moment is we're trying to get people to realise the power of the internet and realise that they can actually run a business on the internet. And that means you have to wake people up. You have to shake their cage a little bit. And a lot of people aren't going to like that. Because once you shake people's cage, it's a bit like that line in the Matrix where they say, do you want the blue pill or the red pill? Because once you start shaking people's cages, their life may not go back to the same. But that's what we're here to do, is shake people's cages, shake them up a little bit and make them realise that they may be just living every day in their comfort zone. And if that's what you want to do and you're aware of it, that's fine. But I'm going to shake it up a little bit and see if this is what you really want. And without certain ways and certain emotional contexts, it's hard to give people that good wake up. So I think the main thing I'm saying to you for you guys today is anybody who's starting out and anybody who's gotten some bad feedback, so what? Do you think you're more likely to believe something you buy on Amazon that has nothing but positive feedback and doesn't have anything negative in there? Do you think you're more likely to believe somebody who comes in and says, yeah, I make 100 grand a month and I've never made a mistake? Or are you going to come along and you're going to find that person who says like, do you know what? It took me 6 months, it took me a year, it took me 5 years. I nearly went broke. I didn't know how to do this. I struggle a lot. They actually tell you their actual story. Who are you going to believe? I know who I'm going with. I'm going with that person that I can actually identify with, who actually seems human. And then once you can stand up for whatever it is you believe in, you can't go wrong. So go out there, get your first negative feedback, put up your first video on Facebook that somebody says, is this a scam? Put up your first video on something that people say, oh no, this is a scam, this is a scam. You don't know this person. They don't know you. They've come out and they've said, this is a scam, you're ripping people off. But you know what? You don't want those people in your business anyway. You don't want to work with those people. And it's not about finding everybody that you can possibly work with. It's about finding this select few who are probably quite similar to you, look at the world the way you do, and that you'd probably want to go and have a drink with and spend some time with. Because if you can build your business around that, that's exciting. So go out there, get your first opt-out of your list, get your first unsubscribe, get your first negative feedback, and actually create something out there that causes tension, I suppose. Because essentially, if you've got something out there that's going to make people either go one way or another way, like they'll either really agree with you or they won't. So kind of polarize people. If you can get something out there that does that, you'll get traction with that. Whereas if you put something out there just trying to please everybody, who cares? I don't want to read it. I don't even want to see it. And just that's what I've learned, is that the more things I put out there trying to please everybody, nobody fucking wants to know it. Nobody wants to read that. Nobody wants to see that video. Whereas when you put something out there from the heart that says, this is something I believe in, I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm going with it. I don't know if this is going to work out for me, and I'm a bit scared. That's something I can identify with, and that's something other people will identify with.